Rehanne, congratulations on signing a contract extension with the club. How does it feel?
Well, obviously I'm delighted to be here, and I think over the course of the last sort of 18 months we've put in such a lot of hard work to move the team forward, and you know, the players, the staff, the fans have just been superb, and so you know, I'm delighted to look forward to the next chapter and what we can achieve next. I think with the amount of hard work that we've put in behind the scenes and all the foundations that we've put in over the course of this time frame, you know, the way that we've evolved the squad, the playing style, and everybody's on the same page, and you know, we can feel that we're moving in a really positive direction, and so it felt like the right thing to do another year and make sure that we keep moving forwards positively as a collective. The biggest things are how we've managed to get the foundations in place, and when I first came in we said we needed to evolve the squad. It was going to be a project, it was going to be a journey. We've evolved the staffing group and the expertise behind the scenes to help support the players in their ability to perform at the highest level. And I think when you look at the culture and environment that's been created, the belief within the team, and how confident we've got now with the players that we've brought in, that has just helped us to really move the playing style forward, and how attractive the football is, and the fans have got on board with that. And I think when you actually look at all of those pieces, when you put them together, it's what's culminated in, you know, the results that we've had of late. And I think the never say die attitude has been something that we've really wanted to show to the fans, you know, that we're prepared to do whatever it takes. And I think now we're all working and pulling in the same direction, which is only natural that it takes time for us to be able to do that. I think that then obviously shows that the progress that's been made within the club, and you know, I couldn't be more proud of the players and their attempts to keep evolving as individuals as well as a team, to be able to function the way that we have. Because all season I think our performances have been really strong, and you know, that's just tipped over into the results that we wanted more now, and I think that's just a really good place to be in. We set out a couple of key kind of headlines, if you like, about who we wanted to be and how we wanted to achieve that, and when you've got that in place and everybody's bought into that, it kind of leads to the behaviours that are associated with it, and then everybody's accountable for everything all the time. And I think the way that the standards have been set within training and off the pitch, that's then helped us to kind of move things forward even more. But it's also about, you know, doing things together, that you're never in it on your own. And I think when you've got that team togetherness and you know what your strengths are and you're able to play to those strengths, it does bring confidence within the team. And you know, we've repeatedly practiced certain things where, you know, being under pressure in and around the box, and just how we handle that. When I look at the pitch, when we're in those situations in the game now, just the facial expressions, the body language, I know they're comfortable with absorbing that pressure, which is the nature of this game, and the league is so tough that we have to be able to manage bits like that. But equally, the way that we are in front of goal now, you know, everything's about practicing the way that you want to play. And I think when we've got that right, that's started to transfer into the games more, and it's enabling our sort of winning mentality and the calmness to come into the game to enable us to control things in a little bit of a better way. So that fearlessness has come out of trusting the process, and they've been superb at that. Every team has ups and downs, you know, with results, but they've stuck together, they've stuck with us. We've obviously worked through things and evolved as a team in the way that we play, and that's then just given them the confidence to go and be themselves. And every day of the week we speak as staff to try and make sure that we're being really clear with how players can use their strengths, but also how they can improve. And you know, they have the freedom to go and be creative, and I think knowing that we trust them and what they are capable of also adds huge value to the confidence in the team. You don't get the results that we get when the team's not together. You know, I think that's the first thing that sort of stands out. And you know, if you look at the way that we're playing in the last 10-15 minutes, having gone through whatever we've gone through, you know, the ups and downs of a game up to that point, we're stronger at the end of every single game, and we wouldn't be able to do that if we weren't together. You know, I think we've all seen and been in teams at different stages where that's not quite working, you know. So the togetherness in the group, and there's such a fantastic group of people around countless nationalities, you know, that have all got a different way of thinking as well, but we've just tried to make sure we facilitate the way to impart their knowledge and their enjoyment of the game, really, and their experience, to kind of make sure that that's helped us to move things forward further as well. When we're at home, we really wanted to make it a tough place to come to and a fortress, and I think our fans have got louder and louder, and you know, just certain when subs come on the pitch, when there's a little moment in the game that's quite exciting, you know, everything starts to build up. And equally, when there's been really tough spells, the crowd's got behind us and you know, just cheered the players on. And I think that gives the extra energy that you can't really quantify. It's hard to, you know, talk about really, but it has such a big influence. That's what's made it so good for us at home for sure, and we're massively grateful for everything the fans have done over the course of the year. And obviously we've got another home game left, and we want to make sure we see the fans and thank them for all of their contributions this year at that game as well. Favourite moments, I think obviously more recently, you know, coming from 2 goals down against Chelsea at their ground, something that, you know, hasn't been done before. I think that's a massive statement for us. It just showed the character within the team, to be honest. You know, we didn't start the game well, and so you sort of, you know, as a manager on the side, you're thinking, okay, this could go one of 2 ways. But then at the same time, when I look across the team and I see the response and the reactions of the players, I also know that we're definitely still in this game, you know, and obviously we got that goal back, which was the start of that. And then we go into the second half, and I thought we played exceptionally well in the second half. So that's such a massive achievement for us. I think it shows what we're capable of. And naturally, I think that the point at home against Man City has not been achieved before. And again, you know, the home form and the positivity, that was another good game for us. Last year we beat Arsenal. There's a few, and I think when you look at the amount of firsts that we've had this season, I think we've scored the most goals the club's ever scored this season. All those are contributing factors, you know, to us being in such top form that is a massive credit to all the players and staff in the way that things have evolved, and it's helping us get points on the board. Well, I think for us, between now and the end of the season, you know, all season we've spoke about the next game is the most important one, and the players are very much focused on that. You're always evolving as a team, and you're never finished in football. So I think right here, right now, we want to try and get as many points on the board as we possibly can and keep working in the same way that we have with our performances. And then we'll obviously review that properly as a team and look at what we can take forward and maybe what we need to change, and just to move us to the next level next year, really. It's just about continuous growth, and that's something that everybody's on board with. So we'll look forward to that.